Yo, welcome back to another episode of A Shot of Rose. Up this week, we talk about Ray J and all the foolishness with the Kardashians, and we get into some other shit. Let's go ahead and let's get it. Yo, what's good? Welcome back to another episode, y'all. It's your boy, Mr. Imperator Rose, the man, the myth, the legend. How is everybody doing this week? Football is back, so all is well. Everything is Gucci. Boys had some difficulties at work this past week. You know what I'm saying? To tune into all of that, make sure y'all check out Stop the Foolishness, which is going to drop tomorrow. But how's everybody doing, man? Hopefully everyone had a good last week. Everybody's doing well. For all my fantasy football players out there, how y'all doing? I'm 0-2. I say that because I'm in 2 leagues and I took an L in both leagues. So first week did not start off the way that I wanted it to. But you know what I'm saying? Your first week is always a little rough. We're going to get back on track next week. Boys going to be 1-1 in each league. I'm proclaiming it now. Got to put that positive energy out there into the universe. Ooh, man, do I have a doozy for y'all today, man? This week has been crazy. Ray J is doing his best interpretation of Kanye, you know what I'm saying? Although Ray J always been, you know what I'm saying, a little bit off the wall, you know what I'm saying? So I guess I can't say entirely that he's doing like a Kanye impersonation, because Ray J done said some wild shit on the radio before, especially on the Breakfast Club, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, my man is definitely not one to mince words, and you know what I'm saying, he can keep it a buck when he feel like it. So let's go ahead and let's get into this audio here real quick. Let's watch a little bit of the video, man, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about it. Let's go.
Kim Kardashian got her handwriting and her fingerprints all over my contract. When you look at the two, when you look at my signature and you look at her signature on my deliverables, that say sex tape number 1, sex tape number 2, and guess what? The third sex tape, or the second they've been trying to play me on, called Santa Barbara Sex. Her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the mother and said, hey, we're gonna go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do. But you watched it and made a decision, and then you get on whatever show you was on and take a lie detector test with a fraud.
All right, man, my boy Ray J said he decided to bring the receipts. Look, man, boys make mistakes when they're younger, man. I mean, I really don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of sex tapes floating around here of a lot of different people, man. I'm sure they don't want it to get into the wrong hands. But I do find it interesting, you know what I'm saying, that I guess it's kind of been common knowledge that it's always been orchestrated, at least by Kim, on Kim's end. You know what I'm saying? Who knew if the mother really had? Now we know that, from confirming from Ray J, that the mother did have a hand in on it. But that's I guess I never really thought about it. Like, it was always like a thing that, like, you kind of know, because you know sex tapes just don't get leaked. Okay, like 2 people were there to record it. The only way it gets leaked is if like somebody gave it away. So it was either Ray J or it was Kim. I think we kind of always knew that like Kim had, you know, saying something to do with the sex tape getting released, but I don't know if we necessarily ever really thought that the mother had something to do with it. Saying the mother had something to do with it is wild, man, because that's like manipulation to like the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talk about taking advantage of shit, that is like some shit that you would never think about, right? Kim releasing it, Ray J releasing it, of course, right? But the mother being involved, that takes shit to an entirely different level. And I mean, I'm really not shocked, right? Because again, like once you're in the spotlight, once you're in fame, you know what I'm saying, you kind of always want to stay in it. If you know the Kardashian story, you know what I'm saying, they kind of always been kind of in Hollywood, but never really been like A-list celebrities, right? They kind of always rode the coattails or the curtails of like other people, you know what I'm saying? Kind of stayed in the spotlight, but never really became what they are. That sex tape is no doubt the launch pad that put them where they are today. You know what I'm saying? Now they're a multi-billion-dollar family, you know what I'm saying, that's worth billions of dollars, you know? And essentially, I guess, you know what I'm saying, they I'm pretty sure they got way more out of this than they ever thought would come from that sex tape, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, now Kim has children, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure she didn't want those other ones released. Remember, Kanye went to go get the sex tape according to their show or whatever. It's just a lot of back and forth, man. I don't really understand, you know, like how people can, I mean, I guess I can, right? Because for money and fame, people would do anything. They tell you that money is the root of all evil. So I guess I'm not entirely shocked that like somebody would drop a sex tape, that a mother would orchestrate the sex tape of her own child in order to, you know what I'm saying, gain fame and riches and all that other shit. But, you know, hey, it's grimy shit. It's women, it's mothers that have done way grimier shit for less, you know what I'm saying? So in which case, it's just wild to me, man. Shout out to my boy Ray J for not backing down, you know what I'm saying? absolutely keep your foot on their neck, you know what I'm saying? Because really throughout all this, Ray J has been made to look like the bad guy, you know what I'm saying? For years, everyone thought that like Ray J was the one that like released the tape. We're just now realizing that like, yo, this entire family orchestrated this shit, from the mother to the child to like everyone. They were all in on it, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, this is like some, I don't want to say like Illuminati, but I guess it's on like some Illuminati type shit, right? Because you never actually really think that like, yo, like they orchestrated the whole thing. You might have thought like, yeah, they leaked it, won like some little 20-minute fame or whatever, right? But to know that like there was actually a thought, a plan, and a production put into place to make this thing a reality and to make it what it was is just mind-boggling to me, because it just confirms that like, yo, a lot of this shit that we be thinking that, you know, and I'm one, I always call conspiracy theorists like crazy and like, y'all know what y'all talking about. It really like puts it into perspective. Like, yo, these niggas be telling the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like where there's smoke, there's fire. And so this just confirms that like, yo, these rich people, these, you know what I'm saying, upper echelon people, they really control the world. They control the narratives. And Ray J ain't having that shit. He's like, yo, y'all ain't about to make me out to be the bad guy. I got kids. They gonna see this shit in the future. They need to know that their daddy wasn't behind this shit. I participated in it, but I wasn't the mastermind behind this. And again, shout out to him, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, you know, but again, in the words of my man, Charlamagne the God, this just kind of seems like another reason as to why black men shouldn't be dating white women. I mean, what more do you need, man? I mean, we now got Ray J, Lamar Odom. What's up, boy? Scott ain't even black, bro. Fucked up his life, you know what I'm saying? And don't even get me started on Kanye West. Don't get me wrong. Kanye was always a little off, you know what I'm saying? Ain't really have all his shit together. But there's no doubt in my mind that since he's been with Kim Kardashian, bro, he has absolutely lost it. Think about Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom went straight into the toilet, you know what I'm saying? Then you can talk mental health too, but like he ain't never been the same after dating, you know what I'm saying, Chloe or whatever her name is. Kanye, I don't know if he'll ever come back to, you know what I'm saying, the person he was before. He always was a little off, but he wasn't what he is today. This man is officially fucked up. I don't know. I used to think Kanye was crazy, but he talking about, yo, my children ain't gonna do sex, my children ain't gonna do porn, all this other shit. I don't know, man. My man may be onto something, because see, now it's making sense. If Kris Jenner can make Kim Kardashian do that, I ain't got any reason to believe that she wouldn't make her grandchildren do that if it was necessary in order to maintain their status and fame and fortune. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ray J, shout out to Kanye, man. Keep your foot on their necks and quit fucking with these white women. All right, man, let's go ahead and get into this next one here. This is a video that I saw, man, I thought was interesting. Let's go ahead and run it here, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about it.
So you telling me like you are responsible for this person forever?
I think no,
because she's the mother of your kids?
People they're taking that thought and they're looking at it in a very surface way. I just truly believe like if you can, it's your responsibility and it's your duty to keep the dynamic between the two of you. It should be healthy. It's your responsibility.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying. So I just think whatever that looks like, I'm cool with it because you my child's mother. So it's not really that I'm out here like, oh, I'm just trying to pay your bills just because.
That's what women are going to do, though. If they know they're not going to work as hard, they're not going to do as much because they know.
Here's the thing involved in that. Hold on. Here's the thing. I know what's up with you. I know what's up with you. And I know. I can only speak for myself again. Like, I know I just wouldn't be in those situations with no bum ass woman. So if it was ever a point where she needed something, I really would have no problem saying like, nah, I got you. Like he said, if she calling me, she really
so
needed.
So are we thinking about how that woman feels, the woman that you're dating? Like
if I'm with you, you're not gonna have to be worried about none of that. If first of all, we already
how?
Let me explain. If me and you are dealing with each other from the gate, I'm letting you know, yo, I am a father. Let me let you know what that looks like. I'm gonna let you know what it looks like. If that's not for you, if you have an issue with that from the gate, again, that's for you to make your exit now. Because if you decide to say, you know what, I respect what you're doing, I get what you're doing, and I still fuck with you, don't use that against me later on.
Facts.
When it happens, or when you in this situation and I gotta go do something for my kid, or I gotta go pick her up off the side of the road because she got into an accident or some or whatever it is, like whatever it might be. Don't use that now like, oh, now I'm uncomfortable with it.
Yo, I ain't got old dude name, man, but shout out to my guy, man, for finally bringing some common sense to a clip that went viral. You know what I'm saying? Because too many times, man, like I said, we get like this bickering, this back and forth between like men and women, you know what I'm saying, on the internet, you know. But it's great to see a brother, you know what I'm saying, that kind of got his head on his shoulders, man. It's kind of letting it be known like, yo, first off, man, a lot of times, like, and he didn't necessarily say it, but again, like, communication is key always, right? So like, she's trying to bring up the thing about how, well, you know, if you're already dating somebody, you know what I'm saying, or if you're dating somebody, how's the woman you're dating supposed to feel, you know what I'm saying, when you do this extra stuff for your baby moms, you know what I'm saying? And here he is trying to basically explain like, look, this is the woman that's taking care of my kids, you know what I'm saying? If she ain't good, then my kids ain't gonna be good, you know what I'm saying? So the thing is right, like, if I've been messing with her, I know what kind of woman she is, because I don't mess with bum ass women. This is basically what he's saying, you know what I'm saying? And I totally agree, right? Like, I know the kind of women that I dated my whole life, you know what I'm saying? Like, knock on wood here, but you know, if me and Trish ever didn't make it, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what she needed, like, I would have her. She has 2 children by me, you know what I'm saying? Like, if those kids needed whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be there, you know, like, whatever she need, if it's within reason and it's within something that I can do, I'm gonna make sure she good, because this is the woman taking care of my kids. And that's really what it all comes down to, man. It's not really so much about fighting and arguing, you know what I'm saying, and just being mad at each other, right? Because we allow human emotions to dictate logic sometimes, right? And logically speaking, you know what I'm saying, like, you got to think about the well-being of your kids. Your kids are in the best position when both parents are doing well and both parents are striving. And if, you know what I'm saying, she gets down, you know what I'm saying, and ultimately, if you help her get back up, then essentially your kids are going to be doing better. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's about. It's not about like necessarily taking the other person's feelings into account, because you want to take their feelings into account, but she need to understand like, yo, listen, I'm a father, you know what I'm saying? He laid it out. Here's what that looked like. Once I tell you, you know what I'm saying, how shit's going to be, yo, again, later on, it can't become an issue, you know what I'm saying? Now we can talk about the different dynamics, and you can say, hey, yo, I think you doing a little too much. I mean, like, she been calling you a little too much, you know what I'm saying? And then like that can be a conversation, right? But you can't tell me, you know what I'm saying, that like, yo, if I'm looking out for my baby moms to make sure that like my kid is good, you can't be coming at me sideways about it later when I already told you like, yo, this is what it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can have different conversations, different dynamics surrounding that. You may feel a certain way, you know what I'm saying? And we can talk through it, we can work through it. But know that if my baby moms ultimately need some help in order to make sure that my kid is good, like, I'm gonna be there, man. So shout out to them, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how much I appreciate seeing clips sometimes where people really got it together, really explaining, you know what I'm saying, things from their perspective, and letting it be known. They're like, yo, man, we ain't all wild and ignorant and crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always about fighting. It's about finding solutions. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm big on that. I think it's the manager in me. I don't really know, but I know that I've always been big on like finding solutions. And too many times, like, we're arguing, fighting, not really trying to see eye to eye, when really that's all it's about, man. It's about finding a common ground and understanding that like, yo, this is the way things need to work. It's like a community, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, getting back to black love, being in the community. You ain't always got to hate each other, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't always got to have issues, you know what I'm saying? If you got 2 amicable people who get along, you know what I'm saying, then ultimately that dynamic can always work. Okay. All right, cool. With that being said, man, I'm gonna get into something a little bit more lighthearted here, man. I seen some shit on Instagram, man, that I wanted to share with y'all, because this shit is wild, man. These women out here be wild and shit, man. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at it. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit for y'all, man, so y'all can see what's going on. Can y'all see your name? All right, this shit says, this from somebody that tweeted at somebody's daughter, you know what I'm saying, without the E in that somebody's daughter. She put, how much to keep a woman monthly? Hair, $450. Nails, $350. Lashes, wax, $350. So out the gate, we already over $1,000. Like out, just off the rip, we already sitting at over close to $1,200. Okay. Makeup and skincare, $250. Clothes and shoes, $500. Groceries, $500. Eating out, $500. My nigga, what? You spending $1,000 a month on food? Who you feeding, big dog? You know what I'm saying? Or you got 5 kids? Like you got to buy $500 of groceries, and you don't eat out $500 worth? Gym membership, $200. What gym you going to, big dog? Like, dead ass. Like, ma'am, for $200 on a gym membership, you need to be in the best shape of your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying $200 a month is a heavy motivation to make sure that like you going to that motherfucker. And if I'm paying $200 a month, you better make sure you are in the best shape of your goddamn life. Car note and gas, $500. That's the only thing I've seen on here so far that's reasonable. That seems about right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of car you driving, but you driving something mad reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Phone bill, $200. Why y'all got $200 phone bills, dog? Like dead ass. Like me, my younger brother, and Trish all on the same phone plan. That motherfucker's like $250. You know what I'm saying? You got one phone line, you dropping $200? What are we doing, dog? Medical insurance, $400. All right, depending. That might be another one that's reasonable. Going out $750. All right, so we got groceries, eating out, and going out, $750. Clothes and shoes, $500. Makeup and skincare, $250. All that totals out to $5,300. Ma'am, it costs a man $60,000 a year to date you. Okay. All right. Now I see why boys be saying y'all be bugging, man. You know what I'm saying? Like now I see why some of y'all out here really goofy, man. You know, I ain't mad at you though. You know what I'm saying? I just think that like you spending money super recklessly. You know what I'm saying? Because realistically, you could probably survive off of half of that. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting up here telling me like, did she even put rent? Like, no. So you ain't even trying to get your rent paid. You trying to get everything else paid for. Nah, bro. Nah. If anything, I'll pay you rent. You know what I'm saying? Even if I got it, you know what I'm saying? Because they say it ain't tricking if you got it. But like, even if I ain't got like necessarily your like all the money, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if I had like a little extra change, you know what I'm saying? Where I could splurge, kind of trick a little bit. I'm paying rent and that's it. Maybe a light bill, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's either light bill, car note, or rent, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how much money your boy got to spend extrally, you know what I'm saying? But ain't no way I'm checking off $5,300 a month for all of this extra shit, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I'm a broke ass motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So I really can't relate to a lot of this shit that these niggas be out here doing. You feel me? All right, man, before we get up out of here, man, we're gonna run one more video, man. This is actually a very interesting take on something that is a widely debated topic that constantly gets talked about over and over and over again. I'm tired of it, but I'm gonna admit that for the first time ever, I'm actually a little stumped because like the person actually provides a pretty good argument for something that most of the time never really has a great argument, but there's still some issues with it. So let's go ahead and let's run it, man. We're gonna finish it out. We're gonna talk about it and we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here.
This is why it is respected amongst men and not for women, why the double standard exists, because most men that get sex from a lot of women like that out here in the streets, he has to have a skill for those women to come at him to want to have sex with him. So many women. Let me finish. So women, on the other hand, men willingly give it away. All you need to do is have and be a woman and be willing to give them the nut, and men give it to women. So it's just like a job. If I came to my job and I had to have a bachelor's and a PhD to get my pay, and somebody over here just came in with a GED, it's not going to be respected because they didn't have to put in the work. When a woman does that same thing that a man does and have all these bodies entering her, there is no skill required for it. Therefore, it's not respected in society or by men.
All right, so that's a Little Dope podcast I follow. And I saw the clip on TikTok, man, so I just had to talk about it. If you follow me for any amount of time, man, you know that when I'm like tired of the body debate, I think it's goofy. I do think that like it's something that doesn't ever change really unless you know the number. The only thing that ever changes about, you know what I'm saying, a person in your eyes is once you know like whatever number of bodies they have, you know what I'm saying? And then if a person does give you that actual body count, most of the time you're not going to believe it anyway, because we're kind of this thing where we just believe everyone is lying anyway. And people don't want to believe body counts, or, you know, and you always want to say, you know, what's the J. Cole shit? No, you got to multiply by 3 and shit. So in which case, I don't see the purpose of even having a conversation about this shit anymore. Because again, 1, you niggas ain't gonna believe it. And 2, you gonna think it's much higher than that. So in which case, you know, it's kind of pointless. And I feel like if you don't want a woman with a lot of bodies, then you need to be locking women up earlier. Because if you wait until you like 35, 36, you can't be crying about how many bodies that person has. Like how many bodies you got, you know what I'm saying? Like if y'all both been single, well, guess what? 2, 3 sex partners a year, you know what I'm saying? Which 2 a year seems very reasonable. That's like 1 dude every 6 months. Okay. By the time she's 36, 40, you know what I'm saying? She's pushing up into that 50 range. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's really the argument here? Like, what are we talking about? But he has an interesting take on it. Although the question was was asked kind of weird. It said, true or false, are men more respected for having more body counts than women? Which you can kind of say is true, you know what I'm saying? Especially like when you younger, right? Like, I ain't gonna say we necessarily counted bodies, but you know what I'm saying? Like when you bagged a chick, you know what I'm saying? Like you bragged about it, you know? I mean, like it was some young, ignorant, dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? Like once you get grown, you don't do shit like that anymore. But actually it's still niggas out here doing that shit. So in which case, I mean, like it's just kind of that thing that like, you know, we were ignorantly raised on, you know what I'm saying? Like it's one way to prove your manhood. But I did find it interesting that, you know, that he put into a good perspective, right? Like, again, men definitely got to work harder, right? Like, that's the reason why niggas be so horny all the time anyway. And whenever the nigga can get some ass, he ready to jump on it. But the reason why niggas jump on it so much because the amount of work that we got to put in to get the ass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just a fact. It's not anything else to argue about it. That's just the reality of it. Women do not have to work as hard, you know what I'm saying, to fulfill that need the way that men do. So naturally, men will be more respected for having a higher body count than women will because men are aware of the work that has to be put in to get those bodies. But that being said though, this is still kind of a weird comparison because again, like when it comes to body count, it's not even that men are being more respected, it's that women are being disrespected for their body count. You know what I'm saying? So although the way in which he used the analogy and he used to explain it, it makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? It lines up, but that's not really how it is perceived in society. In society, women with high body counts are disrespected or looked at as lesser because of their body counts. And don't get me wrong, man. I done heard some numbers that had me damn near fall out of a chair. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's why I tell you all the time, lie. You know what I'm saying? That shit doesn't do anything but take the perspective that a person already had of you and make you seem worse because they want to attach a number to you to put a value on you. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than anything that we do in society. At every level of society, and this is my main reason as to why I have an issue with it, at every level of society, we try to attach something to someone in order to determine their value. And a body count isn't any different than, you know what I'm saying, a nigga asking you what you do for a living and trying to use that to determine you, asking you how much money you have, how many assets you have, you know what I'm saying, how many kids, how many different baby daddies, how many different baby mamas. Like we always want to use something to attach things to other people in order to determine their value. And so body count is nothing more than just that. It's just something that is widely perceived by a lot of men to determine the value of a woman as to whether or not she is somebody who is worthy of the love from a man. And no matter how many times men want to argue, talk about it, you know what I'm saying, lie, I don't know even how to explain it now. That's the reality. They want to use that as a reason to say like, yo, I can't fuck with this chick because of that. You could be dating for 3 to 4 months, having a great time. Nigga damn near thinking, man, like, yo, this shit keep going like this, man, I might be willing to settle down. You tell a nigga your body count, it don't line up with what he considers reasonable. All of a sudden now you ain't no longer a person that he can get married to. Because again, like now your value has dropped because like he's attached a body count number to you, which in the grand scheme of thing doesn't have anything to do with anything. I've always stated, I don't want to know. That shit don't do nothing but, you know what I'm saying, and me, I'm human, right? So once I hear it, I can't unhear it. So if you give me a high body count, especially in today's, you know what I'm saying, like I'm married, but I'm saying if I was single, then like, yeah, like I can't help it. Like I'm human, like I'm a judge. That's why I wouldn't even ask. I don't want to know, you know what I'm saying? You smashed a homie, I definitely need to know, you know what I'm saying? You smashed a family member, of course, I need to know. But outside of that, that shit ain't my business. It ain't got nothing to do with anything. Doesn't change nothing. It never will. It's all about attaching value and determining somebody's worth based off of some arbitrary number that niggas have already made up in their head. It doesn't make sense, and don't play into that shit. So I still don't understand this argument. I'm gonna constantly try to kill this argument. It just doesn't need to be brought up anymore. All right, with that being said, man, that's everything that I have for you, man. Thank you for tuning in once again. As always, do me a favor, man. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Your boys will be back dropping on every Monday. Again, sorry for getting this out to y'all a little bit later. But again, boys had things come up. With that being said, though, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. As always, it's been real. It's your boy, Mr. Imperator Rose. We out.